area where we're at. That's why we took a swing at a field. Jim Tressel and Ohio State's hard to beat coming to Ohio and beat them.
And you've picked up that same tradition. You are not letting anybody leave the state. And I was just wondering, you have mentioned that you have mentioned in the past that your national recruiting has maybe left the door open for some programs to come in and recruit Ohio. But is it almost harder for another top program that might be, on the same level as you at Ohio State to come in here and recruit Ohio than it would be for a program that's going for the three-star lower tier guys that aren't getting Ohio State offers because they have to go directly against you?
That's great questions, and we spend an incredible amount of time because these darn 3-stars. The one thing about Ohio kids, I don't know the stat on this, but the Darren Lees, the Tyvis Powells, those guys that show up and turn out, Pat Elflein, unrecruited guy. And I'd like to say that Ohio, for whatever reason, I think because just the way football's in their blood, and they maybe develop a little bit later because they don't have spring practice. Those are all things that you have to consider because these Ohio kids, they turn out, they go to these Michigan States well known to come take these Ohio guys also boom and become great players. So I think they're maybe a little bit behind because of their lack of spring practice. These states that have 4 years of spring ball, it's like a whole other year of football. And Ohio doesn't have that. So a lot of times these kids get 1 year in a program like a Darren Lee, and all of a sudden, they have great success. So that's a lot of time, a lot of effort spent trying to do a background on them. And that's my biggest fear about Ohio. I think a big time guy that will be, we might lose 1 or 2 of them, but we'll be involved with them. We lost a couple kids to Notre Dame in the last couple of years from Catholic schools in the state. That's always going to be a battle. But I spend more time worrying about this young player that for whatever reason, you just know in your heart, like Luke Fickle knows his state as well as anybody, and he's a really good recruiter about it. I think this kid's going to turn out to be, give him 1 more year, and he's going to be a major player. And I think one of the reasons is because I mentioned before the spring practice, the issue that the players aren't trained in the spring.
Bob Stoops is kind of like you were at Florida, though, because he's from Ohio and he's running a program that is maybe top 15, top 10, like Ohio State. Is it just harder for him to come in and go against you guys, though? Because like Michigan State might be able to come in and Kentucky might be able to come in.
Michigan State might take that, they do get LJ Scott who's there, but they take that, and Wisconsin does the same thing. They come in and get that. I think they do a great job of evaluating players. I don't think Oklahoma comes to Ohio very much.
Because they have to go against you for the guys you want.
I think that's probably, why would you go? There's probably Texas where there's more quantity of players. Those are questions to ask him.